The worst day of my life was the day that my husband left for work. I knew something was just wrong. My husband did something insane and realized my life was about to change. I turned on the TV and found out that like all the channels were covering this hostage situation.
Hostage drama at a Florida bank. It began as a bank robbery, but quickly escalated.
That was happening very close to my house. My husband was standing out front of the bank. I mean, he had a mask on, but I knew it was him. Still, I never thought that he would rob a bank. He made a couple of really bad business decisions, and he was acting a little rash. My husband and I were married for 20 years. We owned our own restaurant. We went on vacation every year. Our life together was pretty nice. During the standoff, I spoke to my husband on a cell phone at least 4 times. I tried to tell him to give himself up.
As day turned to night, the standoff's violent end began.
I told him, I said, if you think you're gonna come out of this alive, if you're not gonna give yourself up, you're going to die. He just kept saying, I wanna come home. I called the police. We lived in a townhouse. They corralled us into the first floor. My daughter was 15. They wouldn't let us see TV, so she snuck downstairs. She went online. And then I hear like her running up the stairs, and she just said, he's dead. And she saw him get shot.
Well, Barbara says her daughters, Daria and Nikki, have not been the same since their father's death. Things are so bad now that they have not seen or spoken to each other in 5 years. Take a look.
When he started to leave again, and he was taken down at that point.
Taken down, shot, and killed by a police sniper.
When my husband was killed, Daria was 15 and Nikki was 10. After my husband died, my daughters were just out of control. They were violent with each other, fighting all the time. There's a lot of tension between my 2 daughters. Daria separated from Nikki and I. It was very obvious she didn't want to spend holidays with us. It was too painful. She saw his absence. Daria and Nikki haven't spoken in 5 years. Daria is still in mourning over her father. She still, every day, cries over missing her dad. My husband, he'd be so angry at Daria right now. The last thing my husband told Daria before he died on the phone was, take care of your sister.
Well, it's good to meet you, and I'm sorry for your loss,
Thank
obviously. You know, we know whenever you lose a loved one, that's the most stressful event in your life.
Yes.
When you lose one suddenly, that's the next level of stress. When you lose one suddenly and violently, that's the ultimate. And that's what happened to you and your family. So it's very understandable that this would be a traumatic event for all of you. And it has been, right?
Yes, it has.